This is your girl, Karmika Boom, broadcasting live from out here in these abortion streets. I want to talk about the controversial abortion ban that the state of Alabama, has recently passed by Governor Kay Ivey. I support this ban 100%, and I feel like it should be a ban across the United States. Abortion is wrong. Abortion is murder. I feel that strongly, and I will never change my mind. Hello to all of my wonderful subscribers and viewers. How are you all doing this Friday morning? Now, this is going to be a very controversial live stream. Some of you may be offended. Those of you that have had abortions, those of you that have considered abortions for whatever reason. And, my opinion is my opinion. I am an opinion of an expression of an opinion. So, you know, however you feel about my opinion is none of my business. But I am going to express my opinions, and I'm not going to force my points of view on anybody. My opinion is just mine. And as I was saying, I'm very passionate about this subject, and it really breaks my heart, the reality of this: killing babies, killing innocent babies who don't have a voice, don't have a choice in the matter. And this is being done legally by their own moms. And these are the same people who will, out of the other side of their mouth, say, oh, we need to do something about these pedophiles. How can you be against fucking babies, but you're okay with killing babies and killing your own baby? I just don't understand. And I feel like there is no exception to that. And some people would like to say, well, what about rape? What about if my dad fucked me and I got pregnant? You still don't have a right to kill that baby. Every circumstance is different. There are so many countless people, namely women, females, who cannot have babies that would love to have that baby no matter what the circumstances that it was conceived. You do not have the right to murder a baby. And I strongly feel like every female who kills their babies will be held accountable. And then we have these arrogant females who love to say, my body, my choice. What I do with my body is nobody's business. It sounds so arrogant. It's so selfish, and it's so evil. Our bodies is not our own. Our bodies belong to God. Even those of you that are atheists and don't believe in God, you too, you will be held accountable for what you do with your body. Your body is not your own. And that's why it's so important to have a personal relationship and understanding of God. Our bodies is not our own. Our bodies belong to God. God is inside of our bodies. So if you are committing the act of murder of your child, God is bearing witness to that. He's inside of us. And that is so offensive to God. And to use abortion as a form of birth control is lazy, irresponsible, and wicked, in my opinion. Abortion, aka murder, is not a form of birth control. And then you have so many women who say, females, I dare not call you a woman if you kill your baby. You have so many females who say, oh, I'm allergic to birth control. but you're not allergic to dick. You're not allergic to killing your babies, but you're allergic to birth control? Really? And we have so many different methods of birth control on the market. And what about just abstaining from sex? What about being celibate and obeying God until you're ready and you have a quality husband to procreate with? What about that? You're not ready to be a mom to this baby, but you were ready to pull down your panties and take dick raw. You're not ready to be a mom, but you're ready to be irresponsible with your body and your vagina. Make it make sense. But nonetheless, Governor Kay Ivey has signed this controversial law of banning abortion in Alabama. And I'm hearing that Georgia has followed suit, as well as Missouri is prepping to do the same. And I salute them, and I feel like this should be a law all across America. So let's read what Governor Kay Ivey had to say in short concerning this bill. Today, I signed into law the Alabama Human Life Protection Act. To the bill's many supporters, this legislation stands as a powerful testament to Alabamians' deeply held belief that every life is precious and that every life is a sacred gift from God. There are so many protesters I have seen protesting with signs that say stop prosecuting abortion, keep abortion legal, fuck your abortion ban. And I just cannot believe that there are so many females and males who are so upset about abortion being banned. Hello, this is murder of children. And it's like I feel like I'm in a twilight zone. I cannot believe that this is America, one nation under God. And we have so many so-called women protesting this abortion ban when they should be, I would think they would be in support of it. How can you be upset about this? How could you be okay with wanting to kill babies? And I thought everybody loved babies. I thought everybody wanted to protect babies. I thought babies were a gift from God. Isn't that what these females say? So if the babies are a gift from God, how can you turn around and be okay with murdering your baby, your gift? Why would you want to murder your gift? I don't understand it. Why would you want to murder your gift if babies are a gift from God? Isn't that what these females always say so proudly? Why would you want to murder your gift? Can somebody please explain that to me? Because I don't understand why any female would want to murder their gift. And why would anybody else be in support of murdering a gift? I don't understand. But nevertheless, this abortion ban is a ban at every stage of pregnancy. It is a Class A felony and carries a 99-year prison sentence, and there is no exception for rape or incest. I'm okay with it. You know, even if, let's talk about the rape or incest part. In the event that a female is raped or is fathered a child by their dad, to that I say, I feel like that female should still carry that child. There are so many females around the country and males. There are gay couples that would love to have a child. And I don't feel like you, as a mom, have the right to deny life to that child, however it was conceived. There are some circumstances that, we just cannot have any control over. Yes, there are situations where rape occurs and a baby is conceived as a result, but you don't have that authority to end that person's life. That is a life nonetheless. And God is the author and finisher of life, not us as moms. And we should be more responsible with our wombs. And we should be held accountable with what we do with our wombs. Abortion, in my opinion, it is the highest form of selfishness. And it is the worst form of a hate crime. A legalized hate crime. That's what it is. And yes, there are so many other ways that women can have abortion with herbs and all types of self-harm. Yes, this has been going on for years. Yes. But nonetheless, it's still murder. It's still murder. However you do it, it's still murder, and it's still evil, and it's still awful. Nonetheless, even if it's legalized, it's still murder. And God will still deal with you. Yes. 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 So Alabama has banned abortion, and the murderous moms are mad about it. And I am so shocked to see so many influential celebrities such as Rihanna, the whore, the great whore of America, of American music, Cedric the Entertainer, Tyrese, and so many other celebrities are so upset and protesting this ban of the abortion bill. And I had someone on Instagram recently say to me on a post concerning this topic, it's just a clump of cells. It's not a real human. You idiot. If you have been to school and you were in anybody's science class, that clump of cells is the equivalent of life. Okay? And it's so crazy that we have had this debate for years and years and years concerning when life begins. Everybody knows when life begins. Okay? As soon as those cells come together and form the whole cell process to create life, that's when life starts. And no matter how you try to manipulate it to justify this murder, it's still murder when you abort that fetus. That fetus is a soul. That fetus is a spirit. That fetus is a life. That fetus has potential. And I think it's wrong for a mom, the person who is supposed to protect this baby, makes the decision to kill this baby. And I cannot stand to hear these females say, my body, my choice. It sounds so arrogant. It sounds so selfish. It sounds so low down. It sounds so evil. My body, my choice. It's so disgusting when I hear that. But this is the state of America. And this is a reflection of a reprobate society. Reprobate is when you have the state of mind that right is wrong and wrong is right. And can't nobody tell you nothing because you are in your own state of mind where you feel like everything is right according to you. and everything that's right, according to everything outside of you is wrong. This is a reprobate society, and this is Satan's domain. So I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked when we have celebrities like Oprah campaigning for the hashtag shout your abortion. Oh, that was so disgusting. And I was so surprised. But the more and more I see Oprah and hear Oprah, I'm not shocked at a lot of stuff that she does that is ungodly and evil. And she has a way of camouflaging a lot of the evil in her with, her money and her philanthropy and this, that, and the other. But it's still a evil force working within to influence a whole lot of unsuspecting people in our society. And I just could not believe, I still can't believe that she was advocating and glorifying abortion. And so many women were praising her for this campaign. Disgusting. I never thought I'd see the day when so many females would be okay with killing their babies. How can you be okay with killing your babies, but you oppose fucking babies? They both go hand in hand. They both go hand in hand. And I'm almost sure that most of the females who proclaim to be in opposition of R. Kelly, even though there has been no proof of him being a pedophile, fucking little girls, I am almost sure that most of those females who oppose R. Kelly have had an abortion. You're such a hypocrite. How can you be shaking your finger at R. Kelly when you have a whole cemetery in your womb between your legs? You have a whole lot of headstones, baby headstones in the back of your throat. Get the fuck out of here. You hypocrites. So I had a moment to look at some of the posts from other females and a lot of different posts on Instagram. And some of the posts that I found interesting is this one here. If a woman who is raped can't kill her rapist who is guilty, why should she be allowed to kill her child who is innocent? Oh my gosh, that is so deep, isn't it? Let me read it again. If a woman who is raped can't kill her rapist who is guilty, why should she be allowed to kill her child who is innocent? The child is innocent. Why should the child be punished because of whatever situation you're in as a mom? And another one I saw says illegal babies born on U.S. soil is granted U.S. citizenship and constitutional rights, but a baby that survives abortion has no rights. Isn't that interesting? If a parent if a pregnant woman kills her baby with an abortion, society says she's brave. If someone kills an unborn baby, they're charged with manslaughter or capital murder. So why should these murderous moms who have abortions get a pass? Isn't that interesting? If you're involved in a vehicle accident and the pregnant woman dies, you are charged with manslaughter. If you intentionally kill a woman who is pregnant, you're charged with capital murder. So I feel like it's only right that we keep that same energy with these females that have abortions. They should not get a pass. So I was on Instagram yesterday engaging several people who opposed my points of view on this particular post on someone's page. And there were so many ignorant comments, and they had the audacity to call my comments ignorant. But anyway, I am not surprised because we're dealing with a reprobate society, right? So one person said in their comment to me, well, don't complain when there's an increase of children abuse from mothers who didn't want the kid and bigger increase of foster care, which could, wait a minute, which could cause overflow, meaning more money would have to be given by either the government, aka taxpayers, or donations to help provide shelter for them. And don't forget about the yearly teen suicide rate from children that are neglected at home, too. This is just full of ignorance, isn't it? So, if we're going to say, okay, children are going to be um, um, put in foster care, there's going to be a lot of children in foster care. There's going to be children in foster care regardless. And then, the teen suicide rate, teens are gonna, they've been killing themselves all along, and that's not gonna stop. So that's not a good reason to justify murdering your baby that's unborn. You know, that's a very pathetic excuse to use to defend murdering babies. I could say so much about that, but that's just full of ignorance. It's just full of ignorance. Full of ignorance. I mean, we have an overflow.
Yes,
Hold on, y'all.
don't close the door.
Every time I go live, somebody's calling me, and then they don't call me when I'm not live. I'm so sick of it. But anyway, there are children in foster care, and that's going to happen regardless. So in the teen suicide rates, that's going to happen regardless. So we can't use that to justify murdering of children. So someone else left a very ignorant comment saying, are you trying to tell me that a woman or girl that was raped by a stranger or someone they know have to have that rapist baby and be okay with life? Do you know how many fathers rape their own daughters? I want to call your statement ignorant, but it's your opinion and you're entitled to that, just like every woman is entitled to do what they want with their body. And as I said earlier, there are situations and circumstances, instances where we have rape by strangers and someone that these females may know. But nonetheless, that is a child. Nonetheless, you don't have the right to kill that baby. And I will never ever ever change my mind. And this, like I said earlier, also, this do whatever I want with my body crap is very dangerous. It's very satanic, very selfish, very ungodly. And it reminds me so much of Aleister Crowley, the do what thou wilt agenda. It's very, very dangerous. This um salutation of doing what I want with my body is very, very, very dangerous. And I just cannot believe that most people, women, females, and males in America support abortion. I can't believe it. The killing of babies. Sad. And it's a reflection of how demonic and reprobate and arrogantly sick and satanic our society really is, as I said earlier. And, I also find that there is such a hypocrisy of suicide and abortion. When a teenager wants to die because their life is hard, people tell them life is worth living because it gets better. When a baby might be born into difficult circumstances, people encourage abortion, claiming they'll be miserable their whole life. Their life's not worth living. When a teenager kills themselves, people mourn their lost potential. When a baby is killed by abortion, people claim they were just potential life. What is abortion? In my opinion, abortion, like I said before, is the ultimate expression of one person's will being imposed on another. Abortion is murder. Abortion is one of the worst hate crimes. And it just breaks my heart. And yesterday I saw this video on Instagram of an aborted baby. It was still alive, and the person who was videoing this touched the baby, the fetus, and the arms, the little bitty arms were moving. And it just broke my heart. It just broke my heart. It absolutely did. And I just don't understand why and how females would be okay with killing their own babies. And I feel strongly that if more females were to see videos like this showing these aborted babies, these aborted fetuses, it may change their minds and points of view. And they may do more to protect their babies as opposed to killing them. Abortion is not birth control. We should be more responsible with our bodies and our choices that we make. And you know, I think it's just absolutely disgusting for a mom to kill their babies. And I will never ever change my mind about that. Never. Never. I will never ever ever. Okay, LP says be prepared for these back alley basement botched abortions. Well, LP, that's been going on for years anyway. That's been going on for years anyway. You know? So that won't stop. And if we have an increase of that, so be it. You know, we have to take a stand and be more responsible as females. We have to be held accountable as females. You know, this my body, my choice mess has to stop. You know, if you are not prepared to be a mom, keep your legs closed. Do something to prepare yourself as it relates to safe sex, if it's such a thing. There is, okay, let me use myself as an example. Now, this is not to be arrogant. This is not to, be pompous in any kind of way. I am 44.5 years old. I have one child in heaven. Okay? It was a miscarriage. I tried to have that baby. And I strongly believe any female that has a baby in 2019, she has a baby because she wants to have a baby. There are too many birth control methods on the market for any female to just, okay, like, I got pregnant on purpose and I had a miscarriage. Other than that, I don't have any children. I don't have any living children. Why? Because I was sure to prevent it from happening. I made sure these guys that I was having sex with had on a condom, sometimes had on two condoms. And then, a lot of times we use a little pull out method, which doesn't always work. And I just decided to be celibate a lot of times. And it's a lot of pressure being celibate. But you have to think. You have to use your brain. You're not qualified to be a mom. You're not prepared to be a mom. So why make it harder on yourself by bringing a child into this society and you're not ready? And then you take it out on the child. That's selfish. It's very selfish and low down. And The child has to pay the price for your choices, your bad choices. That's wrong. And okay, if you know that you're not ready, you know that you don't want to have this child with a certain guy for whatever reason, you have a responsibility to do what you should do with your body. Since you want to say it's your body, your choice, you have a responsibility to make sure that no fertilization is going to go on in your body after you have sex with whoever you having sex with. And if you know that you're tipping and dipping and sliding and sneaking around and screwing behind the scenes and on top of the bed and up under the river, okay, you are the main one that should be getting somewhere and getting yourself um fixed. I hate to say it like that, but fixed where you cannot have a baby. Okay? You got to do whatever you got to do as a female to keep it from prevent it from happening. Okay? Murdering, I cannot stress it enough. Murdering babies is wrong. It's evil. It's ungodly. And you're going to pay for that. I don't understand why this is not getting into any of these females' heads. And why a lot of females are not taking it as serious as it is. And why more females are not upset about it as I am. I don't understand this. How could you be okay with killing your babies? It's your own seed. It's inside of you. It's a part of you. It's a replica of you. I don't understand this. In humans, we are supposed to be the most intelligent of all species. And I'm starting to look at these animals like, you know, I have more respect for them. A lot of them don't even kill their own. Some of them do, but it's not circumstances where it's just selfish. But anyway, females have been going into the back alley for years, LP. And that won't stop. It won't stop. Even if we were to legalize abortion all over America in every state, they still gonna be doing low down stuff, going into the alley anyway, and doing what they do. Because some of them might be too cheap to pay the money to have the abortion. I've never had one, but I hear it's like $350 or $400, something like that. I don't know if that's true or false. It might be more, it might be less. I don't know. But some of them might be too cheap. They don't want to spend the money for the abortion. So they may go to the back alley and get it done cheaper. Just like the girls that don't want to pay the thousands of dollars to have a professional surgeon perform these butt injections. They would rather go to the hotel and pay somebody $500 to have these bootleg butt injections, and then they get sick and some of them die. Some of them keep on living with the bootleg butt injections. You're just taking a chance either way it goes. Either way it goes. So the bottom line is there are consequences to sin, and sin makes you stupid. you know so we have to make better choices with our bodies. We got to be more responsible with our bodies. Yes, we're gonna get hot between the legs. Yes, we're gonna get horny. Yes, some of this dick catches us off guard. You never know when you're gonna want some dick, or meet some good dick, and it's gonna go down. You know what I mean? But you gotta think before you open your legs. Okay, think. I know it's hard. It's challenging sometimes because that dick can catch you off guard. You know, and there it goes. But you have to take a moment and think, am I ready for this? And everybody has had sex education. We all know how babies are made, right? We can pretend like we don't know. And then what makes me so upset is when I hear these females say, Oh, I'm surprised I could get pregnant. I don't know how I got pregnant. Bitch, you was fucking. And they mad that the baby was formed. They mad that the fucking egg got fertilized. Bitch. Woo! So they gonna punish the baby. They gonna punish the baby, but they not gonna punish themselves. You are the one that willfully laid your legs open and gap yourself open and let this man penetrate you raw. But you're gonna punish the baby for your choice? That's wrong. That's crazy. That's stupid. That's not even intelligent. The baby is not in charge. You are. And you cannot tell me that you are so hot and ready. Oh, that you cannot think. You cannot use your brain to think, but you can use your brain to think about doing wrong to kill this baby after you get it. But you can't use your brain for a split second to think, oh, I got to get a condom. Oh, I got to swallow some birth control pills. Oh, I got to get all that other stuff they got on the market. They got so much stuff on the market for preventing pregnancy. And you can't choose not one. You allergic to all of it. And I don't believe these females that be saying, I'm allergic to birth control. Why ain't you allergic to dick? I don't understand. Why ain't you allergic to aborting your baby? But you're allergic to all forms of birth control. And we got thousands of forms, different forms of birth control. You allergic to all of them. ALL. I don't believe you. You're just too low down and just wicked to opt for one of those methods of birth control. Because you want to test the waters. You want to see if you can really get pregnant. And then when you get pregnant, you may change your mind about having a baby. So then it's an inconvenience for you. Why wasn't it an inconvenience to get the baby from the start? But then after you get it, you start thinking, oh, I changed my mind. Oh, I ain't going to be able to go to the clubs. I ain't going to have no babysitter. I ain't going to have no money for my bundles or weave for my hair. Oh, I can't go to Cancun because I got to buy this stroller and all them dapples. Oh my God, I got to kill it. I gotta get rid of this. I don't even like Tyrone like I thought I did. Oh, he done went and got with my friend. I ain't gonna have his baby. I'm gonna kill this baby to get back at him. And a lot of females, they be thinking like this. That's why they opt for aborting these babies. A lot of times these guys don't like these females like they thought they did. So then they change their mind. And then you got these guys, when they be fucking you, oh, you gonna have my baby. They just be driving that dick down in that pussy. And it be feeling so good. And you be digmatized. And you be like, yeah, whatever he say, you be like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, whatever you say. You gonna sign that loan for me. You gonna co-sign for that car. Yes. Yes, yes. And you be in a whole nother world. You be in a whole nother world. You be digmatized. And then when reality set in, and you find out that you pregnant, and he said he was going to pull out, and he really did, and some of that stuff got skidded up in there anyway, you be panicking. You don't want nobody to know. Because he might be married. He might be your supervisor. He might be your daddy. He might be your uncle. He might be your brother. He might be your best friend's man. And you can't have no baby to come out looking just like him. Everybody gonna know. So yeah, what do? You decide to be a murderer of your own child. And you think don't nobody know. And a lot of people probably won't know for many, many years. You can probably live and die, go to your grave, and don't nobody know. But guess what? Somebody does know. Other than the doctor and the nurse that was in the room performing that abortion, God knows your secret. Your dirty little secret is not safe with God. And when you die, You're gonna be held accountable. He gonna remind you. You don't forget. But guess what? God didn't forget. And you're not gonna be able to stand before God and say, "Oh God, it was my body and my choice." And God is gonna remind you, your body is not your own. Your body belongs to me.
Yes. Don't close the door.
Ooh, Satan don't want me to talk about this. Listen to how Satan just keep on ringing this phone. Just ringing this phone. Satan don't want me to talk about this, and it's getting good to my soul. It's getting good. Satan trying to distract me. He don't want me to talk. He ringing my phone. He ringing my line. But I'm going to talk about it anyway. We'll talk to them people another time that's calling my phone. We'll talk to them another time. I got to talk and defend these babies. I got to be the voices of the voiceless. Abortion should not be birth control. And females, they are using abortion as a form of birth control. And that's wrong. I've been fucking a long time. A long time. Been thinking about fucking the last 2 or 3 days. I've been premeditating on some dick. I want it real bad. But I gotta remember. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Say. I'm so sick of Satan. I'm so sick of Satan. Satan just keep on calling my phone. Satan don't want me to talk about this stuff. And then when I call him back, oh, I ain't got time right now. Let me call you back. Ooh, you see how Satan works. You see how he does. Oh yeah, when I call that person back, they're gonna be like, oh, I ain't got time right now. Let me call you right back. Just low down. But let me say this, as I was saying, I've been wanting me some dick, and I just been thinking about this certain dude who I wanna get some from. I know he gonna cooperate. I know what man wouldn't if you tell him I need some help spanking this pussy. Can you help me out? What man is gonna turn you down? Huh? What man is gonna turn down some pussy? All you gotta do is go sit on a lap with your panties off, preferably, and just rock back and forth. Just put put it on his leg if you got on some short pants, and just ask how your day been doing. You know what I mean? It sure is hot out here. Ain't it hot out here? Or is it just me? Getting some dick is easy. It's real easy. But we got to remember who we are under these hot flashes and circumstances, you know? Because this pussy can get you in trouble. And some of these dicks, too. We got to remember who we are. And it's a challenge. It's a challenge. The last night I had to pray hard. Because I was wanting to get somebody this pussy so bad last night. And I just kept turning and tossing it. And just trying to rock myself to sleep. I got up and ate some fruit to change my mind. I got up to eat some corn chips and some tortilla chips. And just tried to distract myself. I tried to look on the internet. And just ride out the World Wide Web. Anything to get my mind off of that dick. But it just kept on haunting me. Woo! And I got up this morning. It's still on my mind. Whew. And just watch. Just watch. And see, I'm trying to stay inside to keep myself safe and committed to the Lord. Because I know once I take this hot pussy outside. Woo! All kind of dicks gonna be in my face. And one thing might lead to another, and there I go with my ankles around somebody's shoulder blades. You know what I mean? And just and what I don't want to do is get pregnant by somebody I don't want. And don't really want me. You know what I mean? I'm already struggling. And what I look like struggling with a baby, or having the devil tell me you ought to kill it. And there I go with a whole nother set of circumstances. You know what I mean? Do you see how one thing can lead to another, and you can get deeper and deeper and deeper into trouble as it relates to the Lord? Because we're gonna have to be held accountable for our choices. Yes, we got the choice to do whatever we want with these bodies. Yes. But they forget to tell you that you are going to be held accountable for your choice, whether it be right or wrong. The choice is ours. I can choose right now to call somebody over here, go over there, meet them at the hotel, ride the bus to the hotel, or ride the bus to the gas station and let him pick me up in his car or truck behind the gas station. You know what I mean? And we go to his house while his wife is at work. Or go to the hotel while his woman ain't home. And all this kind of stuff. You know how we get it together. We can get it together when it's time to do wrong. Easy. It's so easy to do wrong. And the devil make it sound so good. And delicious. Whew, but you got to keep an eye on these temptations, because they can get us in trouble. Easy. And it be so hard to repair the damage, the collateral damage left behind as a result. So you gotta think before we open our legs to Craig and David and Bobby and all these guys. You know what I mean? Yes, they're gonna be held accountable too, but we're gonna be held most accountable because we got the womb. We got the womb. You know what I mean? We got something most precious. And I believe God He's gonna hold us more accountable than the guys that participated in getting the baby in the womb. We got the whole womb. We got the most valuable thing. You know what I mean? And we got to really think about what we're doing before we do it. Because a lot of things that we do, it can't be undone. Once it's done, it's done. It's a done deal. That's it. That's all. And then we are left to think about what we did. And some females get so depressed. Some of them commit suicide because they can't handle the pressure that haunts them of being a murderous mom. And everywhere you look, you see these babies, and you reminded of the act that you committed. You killed your own child. And you cannot undo it once that's done. That is a spirit. That is a soul. That is a life that was denied living. It could have accomplished so much. But you made the choice as the mom to stop it. That is so wrong, in my opinion. It is wrong. And that's one thing that I have always thought about. Even if I was to fornicate, even if, I were to somehow get pregnant, I would never, ever, ever kill my child. Never. Through abortion. I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. And, I have thought about, well, what if I got pregnant and Would I give it up for adoption? I still wouldn't want to do that either, because that's a part of me. And I feel like I did not reach my height of responsibility as a mom by taking the shortcut and giving somebody else that responsibility. That is my responsibility. And I would always be thinking about that child if I were to have a baby and give it up for adoption. And I most certainly would be thinking about it if I had an abortion. It would just haunt me relentlessly. And I will constantly be reminded of it. And I do not want that. I don't. So therefore, I have to think, it's not always about me. It's not always about what I want. Yes, I want to have sex. I do. I really do want somebody to touch these walls. Oh, they need touching. They need massaging. And I watched this video. Oh my God, my God. I watched this video yesterday in the heat of the day. Oh my God. And I went back this morning and watched it again. I had forgot all about this dude on Instagram. And I found him again yesterday. And man, y'all probably done seen him, how he demonstrating licking that pussy with a peach. Oh my God. Oh my God. And I'm crazy about getting my peach licked. I love it. I love it. I was thinking about sending out some applications yesterday and see who was interested in this job. All I want to do is lick the peach and go on home. Just lick the peach and go on home. I know somebody want to do it. And they can handle, some guys can't handle just licking the peach and going about their business. And I'm probably the only girl in the world that just want that, and that's all for now. But I seen that dude licking that peach, and I mean, he was licking that peach, and he was showing how he just focus and concentrate on that clit for a moment. And I almost lost my mind, my whole mind. Ooh! And I said, Lord have mercy, mercy, mercy. I'm gonna have to find this dude and just ask him, will you please demonstrate this on me? Just one time. Just one time. He down there in Florida. I don't know if he in the Florida Everglades, but what is it? I don't know what part of Florida he's in, but he's down there. And I am thinking about going down there with him. My goodness. And then he got another video where he demonstrating how he be stroking that thing. And I said, my goodness, he need to be teaching this to the other guys. Right. And I could just imagine it. And I said, whoa, this right here. It'll have me digmatized for real. Seriously. And I just had to watch him. Just had to watch him. And it was so magnificent how he was doing it. I said, oh. And he just had a baby by some girl. I don't know who she is. And I said, oh my goodness, I can imagine. I can imagine how she just enjoying all of this. And I see how she got pregnant. She had to surrender. She had to surrender to all of that. You know what I mean? And it's real easy to get digmatized. And you just lose your mind, and one thing leads to another. And you might intend and plan for them to pull out and this, that, and the other. But honey, once them strokes start stroking and that licking and all that stuff, you forget all about all that. That just go all out the window. And I can understand, when you wake up out of that trance and everything come back to reality, and whatever's done is done. Then you be like, oh man, we went too far. You know what I mean? But then it's too late. And then some people opt for abortion as a quick fix to get rid of the problem. And that's wrong. You need to think about it. I know some of this stuff come at you fast, but you need to think about it, prepare before it gets to that point. That's what I say. Okay, let me read some of y'all's comments. Um, Sweet Babe T says they want ownership of the peach. What do you mean by that? Sweet Babe T, they want ownership of the peach. What do you mean? Susie Q says my friend had 3 abortions. I tell her she wrong and nasty, and we no longer speak. You're 30-ish 3 times. That is a lot, and I have heard of females having a whole lot of abortions, and that's just ridiculous. Okay, one is too many, and then when you just constantly doing it, constantly having abortions, constantly killing your babies, man, that is a problem. That is a serious problem, and you can easily go and get on a birth control. But you would rather go and spend all this money killing your kid? That ain't even making any sense, in my opinion. Okay, Susie Q says also, I thought it was Georgia, so it's now Alabama. Yes, it's Alabama, Georgia is getting ready to do it or has already done it. And I think Missouri is getting ready to do it also, pass the anti-abortion bill. And I feel like it ought to be a law all across America. Abortion is wrong, in my opinion. I am pro life. I can't conceive, will do anything to. Oh, you can't conceive, and you will do anything to conceive. And see, it is a lot of females that can't conceive. They would love to have these babies that a lot of these females abort. Susie Q says incest and medical reasons, life in danger, but otherwise you lay down all the birth control. You take full responsibility. Okay, Sweet Babe T says they're unable to hit and quit it. Yeah, you got to be strong. You got to be real strong. Sweet Babe T says Bob is always available. Are you talking about a dildo? Is that what you're talking about, Sweet Babe? Yes, that is an option, using a dildo. But some females be wanting the real thing. And that real thing do be feeling good. I'm just gonna be honest about it. A naked penis, it feels, especially when it's got all that girth and width and heavy and fat and that mushroom head and all helmet head. Oh, whew. And they just lay it in there, and all that behind be backing it up. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And we get swept away. I understand how it happens. How they get just carried away. I understand. They want the real thing. They don't want no dildo. They don't want no penis with a condom on it. They be wanting the raw penis. They be wanting it. I understand. But we gotta think about what we're doing. And I just really feel like killing the babies is wrong. It is. It's wrong. Dion say he want the address. Dion say he want the address. Um. Okay, Yolanda says we're so backwards in Alabama. Why do you think it's backwards? Yolanda Faye. Why do you think it's backwards? Dion says an abortion is another form of birth control for some women. That is true. And I don't think that's right. It's not supposed to be birth control. And some females do use it as birth control. KM says it's true in the Bible. A man was killed for wasting semen. Basically, he pulled out. Yes. Okay, Lithia 2000 says Alabama too. Nettie Bad says, think often of the sibling I never got to have. Oh, your mom had an abortion, Nettie Bats. Christina Love says, how are you? I'm in Alabama. So, Christina, you're in Alabama. You say it's sad. How do you feel about it? You say it's sad. You're against the ban, or you're a supporter of the ban? Are you a supporter or you're against it, Christina? Okay, Stone Down says, tell it, Carmen. $5 donation. Thank you, Stone Down, for the $5 donation. Hello, Miss Brown. Okay. Thank you, Dion. Dion says a great show once again. So, how do you feel about it, Dion? Do you support the ban, or do you feel like the female should have a right to abort the babies? How do you feel about it, Dion? Are you okay with it? Have you been with someone that had an abortion? How do you feel about it? I think it's just devastating. And like I said, I saw that video yesterday of that aborted baby and it was still alive. And the person took their finger and touched it and it started moving his hand. Oh, it just hurt my heart to see that. It hurt my heart. It really did. It was terrible. It was terrible. And I hear also that a lot of companies, especially over in China, they use a lot of aborted fetuses in food products and beverages. And they even have some type of stamina pill in China where they crush the aborted fetus up. And it's different fetuses. They crush it up and put it in a pill and they call it a stamina boosting pill. Y'all can Google it, look it up for yourself. And I just cannot believe how satanic this society has become. Why would you do that? That's the first cousin to this. What is it called when you eat human meat? What is it called? I forgot what you call it. But it's the same as eating a human body. If you're gonna swallow a fetus, a crushed fetus, but it's a lot of products what is the reason why you would have to use aborted fetus parts in food products and beverages? That is so satanic. That is so satanic. And to crush the fetus parts and put it into a pill for stamina boosting, that is very satanic. And it's just so much going on out here. It's so much going on. And it makes me think, with all these children that come up missing, that might be what they're doing with the missing children. They might be crushing them up and eating them and oh my God, my God. It's just a satanic society out here. It is a satanic society. It really is. It's satanic. This is a satanic society. Oh my God, my God. Okay, Beauty is on the skin deep says that could be why abortions have been okay in America for so long. Yes, you're right. Okay, Dion says women know right from wrong. Every lady who terminated my child life thinks about the anniversary date. She had the procedure done. Do I need to say any more? So you had a lot of females that have abortions, Dion. That's sad. That's sad. And see, the guys, they don't have any say. if you want the baby and she doesn't want the baby, you don't have any say, you know, and she can go on and have the abortion and it's a done deal. And I think that's wrong. I think the guy should have some say in the matter because a part of it is coming from him. And then if she wants child support, he still has no say. If the court says, okay, you're gonna pay X, Y, and Z amount every month, that's what you have to do or go to jail. And I think that's wrong. And so much more needs to be done to liberate the rights of these guys. And I don't know why y'all keep on fucking and fucking. You need to be getting together and uniting and getting some laws passed to establish your rights, fellas. That's what I say. And, you know, if I was a guy and my lady chose to have an abortion, I would be very upset. And, you know, it should be required that the guy has to sign for this abortion if she wants to have this abortion. First of all, it should not be allowed. But in the case that it is allowed, I think the guy should be made to sign and give consent. It should be both of them, not just her. No. And, you know, even if abortion is legalized all over America in every state, yes, it's going to be some females behind these buildings and down in the basement with these clothes hangers and whatever they can find to abort the babies and jumping off a building and all this kind of stuff. But they're going to do that anyway. They're going to do that anyway. So they still have to be held accountable regardless. 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 And I'm always going to say abortion is wrong. It is murder of children. It's wrong. And I don't see how anybody can be okay with it. I just don't see how they can be okay with it. I really don't. Spirit 1985 says, "Nail breaks my heart." It breaks my heart too. It really does. It is heartbreaking. And I think if more females saw pictures like this thumbnail and that video that I saw, it would change their mind and make them think twice before they committed to aborting their child. They need to see the reality of this. They need to see the heartbreak of this baby. They need to look in the eyes of that fetus that they are killing. You know? They need to see the reminders of it over and over and over again. How can you kill your baby? How? I just don't understand. Okay. Carrie K says, "My issue is with lawmakers dictating what happens with our bodies as women. This opens the floodgates of someone else controlling our bodies. On the flip side, men who create babies from raping a woman still have legal rights to the child. This is awful." Okay. Well, I do understand that. But somebody has to regulate these bodies because a lot of people do not know how to regulate their body. They are being very irresponsible with their body. So if we don't know how to, regulate our own bodies and we're a mess and just making awful choices and irresponsible choices, somebody has to step in to legislate these bodies because these bodies are out of control. Okay? These bodies are a mess. So somebody has to regulate these bodies. So, a lot of it, you may not like it, but what else are we going to do? You don't want to obey God. God says keep your legs closed until you have a husband or a wife. But we're not going to obey God. We don't want to obey these lawmakers. So who are we going to obey? Ourselves? And ourselves are our mess in a lot of cases. Ourselves don't always have things together. So, we can't depend on ourselves to do the right thing with these bodies because a lot of us are making some major missteps with these bodies. So somebody got to regulate these bodies because a lot of us are a mess and out of control with our bodies, right? Okay, Beauty is Only Skin Deep says, I say no to abortions. Hell, if you don't want the child, then use protection or birth control. I agree. Dion says, both of my ex wives had two procedures done. All the lady has to do is swallow a pill to break down the baby. It comes out like she's on her monthly cycle. Are you talking about the Plan B pill? I think that's what you're talking about. The Plan B. They can get that at Walmart. And I think they said they're going to let little girls as young as 13 years old go into these Walgreens and Walmarts and get the Plan B pill legally. Awful, 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 awful. I don't agree with that either. I don't agree with that either. I don't. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with it. I really don't. Okay, Sweet Babe T says, what if they make a law that says you can only have two children? I would be okay with that, just like in China, they can only have two children. I would be okay with it because look at the state of the condition as it is now. You got so many people having 4, 5, 10, 12, 15 children, and they cannot take care of the children. They have to rely on the government for food stamps, Section 8, and so forth to take care of those children. They are not prepared to take care of those children. They are not properly trained as parents. And the children are pretty much raising themselves. They're all over the place, running amok, and they don't have any stability. They don't have a solid foundation. And in a lot of cases, they don't have a two-parent home, which I feel like should be established before you start having children. And yes, a single mom or a single dad can raise these kids to be a decent human being, but most cases we see so many casualties coming from these broken single family homes, and a lot of them come from two parent homes too. But the bottom line is we got to be prepared and we got to have the tools necessary to be quality parents. And in most cases, we see that we don't have that because people are so ready to jump the bones and get a baby just because they feel like that's a requirement from society. Just because you got a womb, you got to have a baby. That's not necessarily so. And a lot of times I run into so many people who look at me like, you don't have no baby? What's wrong with you? And, I used to feel guilty about that. And that was one of the reasons why, a small percentage, why I tried to have a baby back in 19, I think it was 2001, right after my mom died. That was the biggest reason why I tried to have the baby on purpose. Because, my mom, she had seen all of her children have babies except for me. And I really felt like she was missing out and I was missing out and my children was missing out on her not, being there to experience me as a mom, because I'm pretty sure I could duplicate what she did for me and double down on it. And I just felt so cheated with her being gone and not seeing me as a mom, become a mom. So I just felt like I should just do it right away to prove that I could have a baby and be as fabulous as a mom as my mom. And, God knew I wasn't ready and I was doing it for selfish reasons. And, you know, I believe words have power, and me and my then boyfriend, who is now my husband, I used to get so upset with him, and I still do. And I remember saying to him, I regret having your baby. I regret getting pregnant by you. And I hope this baby dies. And that was awful. And I remember he cried when I said that. Then that was the first time I ever seen him cry. And he said, you can say this evil stuff about me. You can say it to me. I can take it. But don't say this about my baby. And I did not know that he was so sensitive and drawn to this situation as he was. And I was saying that to use it as a weapon against him, and it worked. It really hurt him. And I felt so terrible. And a few days later or a few weeks later, that's when I had the miscarriage. And I realized how impactful my words are and how much power my words carry, especially being that I'm anointed. You have to be very careful when you have an anointing, and your words, particularly, have more power when you are anointed. And I felt so bad about that, and I have mourned that ever since. And I have been asking God to please forgive me because I feel responsible. I caused that death in that baby. And when it came out, and I had the miscarriage, I knew immediately what was going on. I knew I had caused that because of my words. And oh my God, it's just awful. It's just awful to be a mom and then you have to deal with that loss of your child. And this is something that you caused. And it stays with you for the rest of your life. And I'm pretty sure it's a lot of females who are haunted by having murdered their children under whatever circumstance that it happened. And some people will never know. You can keep it a secret for the rest of your life, but you are going to be haunted by that. It's a personal torture, day and night, night and day. It never leaves. You wake up with it, you go to sleep with it. And you see it throughout the day. It's just always on your mind constantly. And I think that's the reason why a lot of females, be so promiscuous. They try to just preoccupy their mind with sex, 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 and twerking and smoking weed and popping pills and drinking alcohol, going to the clubs, going out of town, shopping, taking selfies, everything to keep their mind from thinking about that baby or those babies that they kill. But it always has a way to come back to you. You can't do enough to forget about it. You can't buy enough clothes to cover it up. You can't wear enough makeup to conceal it because it's internally inside of us. It's always a part of us. We're always connected, you know? The spirit. You cannot run away from the spirit. It's impossible. But let me read some more of your comments. Hello, Sonny Claus. Um Hold on, y'all. Let me catch up with your comments. Okay. Spirit 1985 says because if nerves are developed between 4 to 6 weeks, it feels the pain. It's sad. Yes, it feels the pain. Yes. Yes. Sweet Babe T says, what if they make a law that says you can okay, I already read that. Okay, Carrie says I believe a woman has the right to choose. However, I don't believe in late term abortions. A fetus is viable at 20 weeks. I believe destroying a baby at that stage is wrong. I believe a baby is viable immediately after it's conceived. You know, that's what I believe. And the longer that it grows, it is more viable. Spirit 1985 says a tomb of a womb. That's women have graveyard wombs. Dion says they have abortion pills. You can insert them and they have ones you can swallow. Okay. Spirit 1985 says never feel guilty about that. A mother is much more than that. Carrie K says, okay, sorry to hear that, Carmen. Wolf Girl 93 says abortion is wrong, flat out murder. And I believe if a woman gets an abortion, there should be a law where she kills her baby, then she should be legally sterilized right then and there. Okay. Sweet Babe T says, yes, the tongue can be wicked. Spirit 85 says, or get pregnant again. Heaven weeps and angels cry when this happens. Okay, Dion Covenant says, does Black lives really matter? And that is something to think about. We scream, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. Okay, if that's true, why do we have so many Black women killing their Black babies? Why? If Black Lives Matter, Black babies matter, shouldn't those Black babies matter? If this is true, that Black lives matter. And I can imagine it's billions of aborted babies. And if those babies could speak on their behalf, I'm pretty sure they would say, Mom, why didn't you give me a chance? Give me a chance. Don't kill me. And if you could hold those fetuses in your hand and look in their eyes, I'm pretty sure you would change your mind about murdering them, even if you don't want them. What if our moms had aborted us? What if Jesus had aborted us? You know, whether our lives are good or bad, or we're struggling, or we're successful and living our best life, what if our moms had aborted us and we could not live out these opportunities and experiences that we have had and will have? You know, don't these aborted babies deserve the same chance? We never know what they could become. We don't know their potential. You know, they could grow up to have an invention that would be beneficial to so many people all over the world. They could be the next president. They could create a fabulous recipe for some great donuts and have a franchise in every city all over America. They could become a great caretaker. Somebody needs to be cared for at home or in a hospital or some facility. Or they could be a great bus driver. Or they could be a wonderful minister of music in a church. Or they could be, but they will never be because somebody decided to kill them, their own mom. So we'll never know. They'll never know what they could have become. And I think that is so selfish. That is so selfish of a mom to kill her children, her own seed. We're supposed to protect our own seed. That's just naturally what we do. And we fail our children when we kill them through abortion, particularly. That's how I found it. Okay, Christine A says, what if the man can't afford to take care of them? Okay, what if the mom can't afford to take care of them? Well, you find a way. You find a way to take care of them. There are so many social services, so many nonprofit organizations, so many food stamps, so many food banks, so many places that will help you with child care if you really want to help take care of these children. And then, there's so many people that opt for adoption. You can, put the child up for adoption if you can't take care of it. But there is a way for you to take care of your child other than kill them, you know? And this is another thing, another reason why I stress it. We have to think before we open our legs and get penetrated raw. We got to think, can I afford this baby? It's going to be 18 years. That's a long time to buy milk. That's a lot of milk. That's a lot of diapers. That's a lot of daycare. That's a lot of babysitting expenses. Okay, do I have reliable transportation? I'm going to have to buy clothes for the baby. I'm going to have to buy shoes for the baby. And they outgrow those clothes a lot quickly. The shoes too. I'm gonna have to get the little boy a haircut if it's a boy. I'm gonna have to get the little girl's hair done. That's a lot of grease. That's a lot of barrettes. That's a lot of rubber bands. That's a lot of hairbrushes and combs and going to the beauty shop and going to school. I'm gonna have to help the kid with school. That's gonna be inconvenience. I'm gonna have to leave work some days to have a meeting with the school and attend the sporting events if they get involved with any type of sports or, you know, creative arts. I'm gonna have to attend the plays. I'm gonna have to buy costumes. I'm gonna have to buy stuff for the field trips that they go on. It's a lot of expenses. So you got to think about all of that. And then what about dinner? What about lunch at home? What about breakfast? What about snacks? What about if they get sick and they get sick a lot? What about the light bill? They're going to want to play games on their TV. That's going to run up the light bill. Um, what about? You got to think about all of this stuff. It's very expensive having a child. Okay? It's a lot of inconvenience. You're not going to get a lot of sleep because they're going to want to stay up all night and cry. You may not feel like changing a diaper every hour or every 30 minutes, or it might make you want to vomit. You got a bad gag reflex. You got to think about that. Potty training. A lot of parents get upset with the potty training phase. You get sick of them peeing on themselves. A lot of kids have gotten abused because they pee on themselves. They pee in the bed, and the parent got to stop what they doing, stop watching Love and Hip Hop or playing a video game, and go change the pants, the wet pants, or clean up the doo doo again. And they just got through cleaning up the doo doo. They just got through changing these pissy pants and washing the sofa. That's a brand new sofa. And they get their asses beat, and killed. Because the parents have a short fuse. And they ain't got time for it now. And you got to think about it. You got to think about all of this before you have a kid. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of money. It takes a lot of this, that, and the other. And if you're not set up for that, you're not built for that life, you need to really use birth control. And birth control is not abortion. And be more responsible with your body and your choices. That's what I say. I don't know everything. That's just my opinion, though. Okay, Spirit 1985 says, "Oh man, when you say it like that, makes me want to cry. Jesus was born in a manger. Come on, in a barn. Come on. That's no excuse. Put the child up for adoption." Oh yeah, Spirit 1985 said the camp is extracurricular. Yeah, they're gonna want to go to camp. They're gonna want to go on vacation. They're gonna want to do a lot of stuff, and all that costs money. And your participation, you got to help guide, direct them, counsel them. You got to be a lot of stuff to your kid. You know, and you may not feel like it. You may be tired, but this is something that you got to do every day, all day long. Parenting never stops. Even after they're 18, it still don't stop. Your job as a parent continues. It's a lifelong journey. Spirit 1985 says, "But everybody want to just bounce on dick all day. No. You will lose yourself in it all. And it don't end there. Then they become teens. Yes, and then you got a bigger job when they're teenagers. I think people who abort are cheating at life. Sweet Babe T says a lot of children are abused because of lack of parenting. That's true. That is true. I agree. I agree 100%. I totally agree. Okay, you guys, it's almost 2 o'clock. I got to get out of here and go take care of some errands. I have enjoyed talking with you all so much. And you all have a great day and try to be more responsible with your bodies if you're not already. And please don't kill your babies. Please don't. That is not a form of birth control. And if you would like to donate, you can do so at my PayPal or Cash App. My PayPal is pay.me/Karmika Boom. And my Cash App is $Karmika Boom. And I'll put the link in the comment section under this video after this video uploads. And you all have a great day. And thank you very much for tuning in to this live stream. I enjoyed your participation very much. And we'll talk again real soon, God willing, on the next live stream. I'll let you girl. Peace.